Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Josephine Ruth Kartawaria, and I am a student of LSPR Communication and Business Institute under the supervision of Mr. Bonar Sirait as my mentor and lecturer. I am here today to talk to you about climate change and its impact towards the ecosystem, since it is very important for sustainability. I would also like to present the sustainable issues about these topics in Indonesia as part of important sustainable world issues. Believe it or not, climate change is happening right now. If climate change is a long-term change in the average weather patterns that define the Earth's climate, then that change is what we are facing for all these years, up until this day. Based on NASA in the last 650,000 years, there have been 7 cycles of glacial advance and retreat, alongside with the abrupt end of the last ice age for about 11,700 years ago, indicating the new modern era of climate and human civilization. And these changes have greatly affected the shift not only in our climate, but also in other aspects, such as ocean, land, and even the existence of human beings. But first of all, what exactly causes climate change? Human activities such as burning fossil fuels produce carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide. While the trees that are supposed to absorb carbon dioxide are being cut down, or as what we call deforestation. Moreover, the increasing amount of livestock farming such as cows and sheep produces large amount of methane in digesting their food. Fluorinated gases that are emitted from products containing these gases have a very strong effect for up to 23,000 times greater than carbon dioxide. Let's also consider other activities that occur in our daily life, such as driving with private vehicles, excessive usage of electricity, wasting consumables, and many more. As a result, the phenomenon of the greenhouse effect takes place as the main driver of climate change. This phenomenon happens because some gases such as carbon dioxide, water vapor, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone, and some chemicals such as chlorofluorocarbons act like the glass in a greenhouse, which traps the sun's heat and stops it from leaking into the space, causing global warming and climate change. Here's the interesting fact. The greenhouse effect actually allows to absorb the energy to warm the atmosphere and the Earth's surface, maintaining the Earth's temperature at around 33 degrees Celsius warmer than it should be, allowing life to exist. However, such an irony that again, due to the irresponsible activities done by us, human beings, the greenhouse effect is enhanced, causing it to threaten the well-being of the whole planet. Isn't it surprising that the activities we often do in our daily lives are actually contributing to climate change through the greenhouse effect? Not forgetting that the population of the world is constantly increasing. Can you imagine what will happen in the future if we keep doing this? The European Union stated that carbon dioxide produced by human activities is the largest contributor to global warming. And by 2020, its concentration in the atmosphere has risen to 48% above its pre-industrial level, which occurred before 1750. It also stated that the rising global average temperatures have reached 1.1 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial levels in 2019. And it is presently increasing by 0.2 degrees Celsius per decade. We have to be aware that when climate change occurs, it will be like a domino effect. Why? Climate change itself has played a significant role in regulating the ecosystems and vice versa. Hence, when one of the components between these two are damaged, it will affect the other components in a variety of ways. For example, global warming forces numerous species to migrate to different places with higher elevations to have a more conducive temperature for survival. Furthermore, the rising sea level caused saltwater to intrude freshwater systems, resulting in some species to be endangered, dying, or relocated, which will then disrupt the food chain in the ecosystem. Well, for us, it could affect several areas of human stresses. One of it is development. For instance, there are many forested areas that are vulnerable to erosion. And if you notice these days, extreme events occur more frequently, such as wildfires, floodings, and drought. Then, how does climate change affect Indonesia? As an archipelago country, Indonesia is one of the most disaster-prone countries in the world since it is constantly exposed to a range of hazards. According to the World Bank in 2019, over 60% of Indonesia's districts are exposed to a high risk of level of flooding. Located in the Pacific Ring of Fire with 127 active volcanoes, Indonesia is prone to high seismic tsunami and volcanic risk. And based on the data from the Statista Research Department in 2020, Indonesia has a high risk index of tsunami, reaching 9.7 out of maximum 10 points, followed by earthquake and flood with over 8 points. Moreover, it is stated that the Indonesian fire were a source of concern because during the third week of September 2019 alone, there were 70,000 fire alerts across the countries. This results in more than 6 provinces in Indonesia to be in a state of emergency and sparking complaints from neighboring countries that were affected from the toxic haze. But then, Indonesia is one of the countries that is committed to the Sustainable Development Goals to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all by 2030, including climate action as the 13th goal that must be achieved by countries. Furthermore, Indonesia is also the signatory for the 2015 Paris Agreement. So, how is the progress of Indonesia in combating climate change now? Even though Indonesia is still committed to reduce 29% of emissions independently, or 41% with international assistance, according to Indonesia's pledge on the Nationally Determined Contributions or NDCs, it is still not enough. Why? Although the COVID-19 has decreased the household consumption, reduced the palm and oil exports and usage, and if you are in Jakarta, you can feel that the sky has less pollution. The Climate Action Tracker revealed that Indonesia is still highly insufficient with the current NDCs. The reason behind this is because the current global warming could reach 3 to 0.4 degrees Celsius. However, the current NDCs only limit 1.5 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial level. This is a huge problem. As a change maker, what can we do to be the hero for our own planet in combating climate change? There are many things that we can do. We can save up energy consumption, utilize renewable energy, reduce waste consumption, commute using public transportation or carpooling, using less plastic-based products, support environmental movements or campaigns, and many more. As I quote from David Suzuki, who stated that, in a world of more than 7 billion people, each of us is a drop in the bucket. But with enough drops, we can fill any bucket. Rise up, change makers! The Earth is our planet. Even though we know that it is in crisis, we are the key solutions to solve the issue of climate change. Let us take action together to reach a more sustainable and prosperous future. As we bring the issues of climate change and its impact towards ecosystems in Indonesia as a part of important sustainable issues globally, I would like to thank you for your attention and hope that this sharing session will give you all clear understanding of climate change issue in my country. If you need any further information and details regarding this issue, feel free to comment down below. Let's work together to achieve a better future for the world. Thank you very much.